those are your starting lineups. Let's play ball.
Blue works too. Blue? Yeah. No, we're wearing white. Yeah.
Stepping into the batter's box. Shortstop number 44, Travis Gibson.
Welcome inside to Circle Tap Bar and Grill as we're just underway here on Friday morning, 10 o'clock. We're just a shade early with some impending weather possibility. We're getting a jump on the action as we're underway. It's Prairie Pirates taking on the Toronto Batmen here this morning in our first ball game of the day. Win or go home here right now is
Loser
Travis
goes
Gibson.
home.
Yeah, win or go home. That's right. Travis Gibson, he's going to dig around to second, now coming around to third. Throw in, not in time. Head first slide by Travis Gibson, and he leads things off with a big triple for the Toronto Batmen.
Great start for the Batmen. Get that leadoff batter rolling. Just really not sure if Scott Nehigh was all kind of prepared for that. First pitch of the game and drilled out his way.
Travis Jones.
We'll set the defense for Grand Prairie. It's Corey Jones, Braden Arcan, and Scott Nehigh left to right across in the outfield. Travis Head at third base. Nick Potskin plays at short. Ryan Friedrich will be at second. Lead Stupar is at first base. Keegan Arcan is behind the plate today for the Grand Prairie Pirates. It says Zach Pierce as the starting pitcher, but actually Rich Haldane gets the start for the Pirates. They being the home team here today, decked out in their whites. That gets lifted up and out of play. Offensively for the Batmen, it's Travis Gibson who had that triple led things off. Travis Jones now at the plate. Shea Bryant batting third. Jeff Lyons in the 4-hole. Ty Sebastian bats fifth. Cody Skelton in the 6th spot. Denny Benson will bat 7th. Derek Hyde batting 8th. And Justin Kralicki is batting 9th. So a great start here for the Toronto Batmen. Just how you draw it up, Joe.
Well, if you can get an early lead on a team, especially on a morning game, kind of gets everything flowing for you on your side and kind of a little bit of a downer for that Grand Prairie Pirates.
Though if you're the Niagara Stompers, you had a big lead yesterday, 8-0 here against this Pirates team, and ended up coming up on the short end of the stick on a 12-9 loss.
You look at the whole week, Kyle. That's happened 4 or 5 times.
This Pirates team is scrappy, never give up, never give in. And they've had a few come from behind wins.
Game actually started at the 9:52 if you're tracking at home.
Jones, that's going to get lifted up. That's going to carry. Goodbye, home run, Travis Jones. A quick jump here for the Toronto Batmen. A 2-0 lead.
Travis Jones got all that pitch, drove it. Good shot over that fence, and a good quick lead here for the Toronto Batmen. Exactly what the doctor ordered back there as they talked about in their pregame huddle.
Left field number 3, Shea Bryant.
Shea Bryant, the top batter for the Toronto Batmen throughout the tournament. 10 for 19, 526 batting average, 5 RBIs.
Potskin on to first. Shea Bryant down.
First out in the game is always the hardest one to get, obviously, with the Batman leading the game off with that triple and then a big 2-run home run by Travis Jones.
First and last out, always that hard one, right, Joe?
Always. Got the 7th inning and trying to get that third out, trying to put a team away.
And called a strike. Jeff Lyons at the plate. Stark contrast in the weather here over yesterday. There's a breeze blowing. Yesterday it was absolutely dead still all day long. A breeze blowing right to left across the outfield as the flag in center field shows that. When the game first started, actually was kind of blowing straight in, and I was about to say it'll be hard for someone to get one out, but just like that, the wind turns, and Travis Jones put one out to center field. That one comes inside. I hear the snap of the glove, and I wonder if Zach Pierce is maybe getting loose for Grand Prairie down in the left field corner. And a swing and a miss. As much as Grand Prairie came back yesterday, being down 8-0, I guarantee they didn't want to do it again today.
No. You can only do that so many times. The Cardiac Kids game somehow comes back to haunt you.
Little bleeder. That's going to find its way out to center field. Jeff Lyons picks up a single.
Rich Haldane and Zach Pierce are pretty well split the pitching duties of this Grand Prairie Pirates. Haldane with 18 1/3 innings. Zach Pierce with 17 2/3.
Ty Sebastian now will come to the plate.
Haldane challenging Sebastian with that rise ball. It's a pitch that Ty usually likes to take out of the ballpark. Got to be very careful with Ty.
And misses for ball down and away. Kyle Smith, Joe Todd here with you. Line shot. Got him on the tag and diving headfirst back in. Jeff Lyons can't get there. So a line out to the first baseman and then 3 unassisted. Double play ends the inning. But 2 runs get pushed across here for the Toronto Batmen as we head to the bottom of the first inning on the ISC network.
Swung on and missed. Strike 3, and the Kitchener River Shark Twins repeat. Back to back Jets. It's the local kid who wins it.
Swing and a miss. Jarvis. 3-peats.
Adam Falkard. Absolutely perfect. Here comes a throw to the plate. Hits it. Hits it. Up the tag. But the Hampton United Kings are the world champions.
2015 ISC Men's World Champions.
Shane Bowen has hit the game-winning home run, and the Toronto Gators.
Welcome back inside the broadcast booth here at Circle Tap Bar and Grill. Glad to have you along here. And Joe, when we look at the matchup today for the Grand Prairie Pirates, I think option number 1 was try and stay out of the situation you put yourself in yesterday.
Well, they've had to come from behind a couple of times so far this week. They wanted to get out and get an early lead. All of a sudden, they're down a couple of runs early in this game with the Toronto Batmen. Both of these teams coming into the game with a 4-1 record. The loser of this game will go home.
For the Toronto Batmen, they've kind of had a little bit of a Cardiac Kids themselves. Not necessarily the same type, but they've had some late inning heroics to draw even and go ahead. Not those big comebacks, but just 1-2 run type thing.
Yes, both teams have experienced it over the week, so we'll see who's more prepared.
It'll be Luis Amaya who will get the start today for the Toronto Batmen. Defensively for the Batmen, it's Shea Bryant, Justin Krulicki, Denny Benson, left to right across in the outfield. Ty Sebastian plays at third. Travis Gibson is at short. Travis Jones over at second base. Jeff Lyons is at first. Derek Hyde behind the plate. And as I said, Luis Amaya behind on the mound. The batting order for the Pirates, Braden Arcan will lead things off. He's out in center field. Scott Nehigh will bat second. Corey Jones batting third. Keegan Arcan will bat fourth. Nick Potskin will bat fifth. Travis Head is batting sixth. Rich Haldane in the 7-hole, designated player, but actually on the mound today. Lee Stupar is batting eighth, and Ryan Friedrich will bat ninth.
Really important for Amaya and the Toronto Batmen to kind of shut the door here now. The Toronto Batmen got him a couple of runs. You love to play with a lead.
And that one misses. Joe, the Wisconsin famous Booyah, is back here this afternoon. Darren Derrick's Circle Tap Bar and Grill owner sponsor as that first offering out into center. Arcan continues his torrid pace here at the ISC World Tournament.
Arcan batting 10 for 19, 529 batting average, 3 home runs, and 5 RBIs. Doing a great job in that leadoff spot.
So 11 for 20 now. That's not a bad showing.
Yeah.
And called a strike.
This could be one of those games when last run wins, or last batter wins.
Well, that could very well be. I know if the Batmen have their way, won't happen today. Scott Nehigh at the plate. These are some big boys for the Grand Prairie Pirates. Nehigh and Arcan easily 6'2", 6'3".
Can't remember what day it was, but I think it was Tuesday or Wednesday. I was at one of the games, Grand Prairie games, and Nehigh put one over that fence, put one over that tent, and it landed somewhere in that tree behind that tent. One of the longest shots I've seen this week.
Called strike three. Down on strikes goes Nehigh.
There's a picture of that tent on your camera view right now.
That's a good poke. You're probably knocking on the door of 300 to get it out that far. Fouled off.
Maya fairly new on the scene, just a late pickup for this Toronto Batman team. Probably just signed and procured maybe a week before the tournament.
Lifted up. Lyons comes in. He'll make the grab. With that wind blowing and actually really kind of swirling a little bit, we'll have to keep our eye on that as the ball gets up, kind of up above the buildings here. You are shaded a little bit and covered a little bit with, of course, the bar itself and the canteen. But you get that ball up there, and I think you're going to find it's going to swirl a little bit. Watching that flag blow, it's really kind of left to right and back to center.
And those trees out in the right field line past the fence are really moving right at the very top.
Keegan Arcan now will come to the plate. Little number off the plate. They let it go. Amaya there quickly. Ty Sebastian comes in and picks it up.
A good play by Sebastian to lay off that ball. Ball was spinning going down that third baseline. I don't think they would have had a shot at Keegan at all at first base.
Oh, 2 pitch. Comes in and misses for a ball. 1-2.
Maya trying to work that outside corner of the plate. And fairly accurate hitting the mid of Derek Hyde, the catcher for the Toronto Batmen today.
Lifted up and out of play. I know talking to Derek Hyde yesterday afternoon after their game, he was saying how much of a gamer Amaya is. He wants the ball, wants to work, and he said he's got a heavy down ball.
Batman have played, again, 5 games coming into this game today, and Amaya with 20 innings of work, Caleb Keeshing with 15.
Amaya, that one lined out to center. Bobbled it, did Kurlicki, as it kind of rattled around in between his legs, and Braden Arcan scampers around to third. Keegan over at first base.
Well, the Arcan family have done it all this morning on the base path anyway.
You can hear the wind ruffling on our microphones.
Shortstop number 5, Nick Potskin.
So Nick Potskin comes to the plate. RBI chance for him. And Joe, he hasn't missed many as he's got 11 coming into this morning. Tournament leader in the RBI category.
3 home runs too. Got a lot of power got a great amazing swing. Good quick hands. Turns his wrists over.
3 home runs, ties him for the lead with 4 others here at the ISC World Tournament. Morning action here in the losers bracket. Got to play 2 games today if you want to continue on, as that one punched out, and Nick extends that lead in the RBI category is number 12 now for Potskin.
Well, Batman had a good, quick, early start with those 2 runs crossing the board. Grand Prairie replying so far with 1. Runners now at first and second, but with 2 out. Grand Prairie would love to tie this game up, get back on equal footing.
Comes inside for ball 1. Fouled off.
I haven't seen a lot of change of speeds. The other game that I did of Toronto Batman, Amaya mixed his speeds up a little bit better.
Coming after him with the hard stuff, and Travis Head, you can see the look in his face. He thought he should have squared that one up a little bit more.
I think Amaya and Derek Hyde realized that and got away with that pitch. We'll see something right at the knees or a drop ball potentially here.
One, two.
Oh,
Comes inside 2-2. You talked about it, Joe. I mean, the one thing, if you're going to throw the hard stuff, you have to have something to change the pace, because you can get your timing a lot quicker when you're throwing nothing but hard.
yeah. Hard doesn't work at this level.
That one lifted up. Sebastian sliding, but can't get to it. He sends a dust cloud cascading across the stands.
Amaya really working that Gorilla Gold in his back pocket.
Misses for ball 3. 3-2, so the count runs full. Runners will get a head start here. And ball 4, so load the bases for Grand Prairie.
Amaya throwing a lot of pitches here early in this game. Now down to batter number 7 for Grand Prairie in the bottom here in the first inning.
Batman scored 2 in the top of the first. Pirates have responded with 1 thus far. Now Rich Haldane, a chance to help himself. And comes inside for ball 1. Starting to sprinkle here, Joe.
That's a swear word out of ballpark, isn't it, Kyle?
It's not the bad swear word.
Oh, okay.
The R word is the bad swear word.
Sprinkle and rain. And now I said it.
Yeah, now you actually said it. We have had picture-perfect weather here this week. And a bouncer foul. Maybe spitting, but really no one even getting any umbrellas out or anything. It's just a couple of drops. Though you look over the horizon of the Circle Tap bar and those clouds look a little bit unfriendly to us. Called strike 3. Down on strikes goes Rich Haldane looking.
Big strikeout.
Leaves the bases loaded. 1 run gets pushed across on a trio of hits, no errors. 2-1 after 1 on the ISC network.
Outfield doing today.
Delivery requirements are across North America. Skelton Truck Lines provides you with reliable, safe, and high-quality service at a fair price. Skelton Truck Lines equipment is satellite tracked and delivers small parcel, less than truckload, and expedited shipments throughout Canada and the U.S. With over 50 years of experience and more than 50 trucks serving 4 divisions, Skelton Truck Lines is a thriving Ontario business and a proud fastball sponsor. Visit us online at skeltontruck.com. Thanks to Mike Skelton for supporting the broadcast program.
Back with you here in Circle Tap, Denmark, Wisconsin, the site of the 2019 ISC World Tournament. Kyle Smith, Joe Todd with you.
Well, we'll see if Batman can stay on a roll. Batman accumulated 3 hits back in that top of the first inning. Working down to the bottom part of the order now. 6, 7, 8, 9.
There's a shot of what we're looking at, as I talked about, over the horizon. Looking out.
Designated player for 33, Cody.
I like our view out our back window. We can't see the camera back there. It's nice and clear back there.
That 360-degree angle. Misses for ball 1. Cody Skelton will lead things off here for the Toronto Batmen. That one gets lifted up out of play. The sun poking through, so a bit of a sun shower here this morning. And off speed in the dirt, 2-1.
Kyle, I know you're a Pittsburgh Steelers fan, but you got to be ready your prime here with two teams with black, yellow, and white on.
Yeah, it doesn't brings you home. Actually, the Batman's uniforms kind of remind me of the Steelers' Bumblebee uniforms from back in the heyday. And lifted up out of play. I'm a fan of the Batman uniforms. I'm not a fan of the Bumblebee Steelers uniforms.
Yeah, a little plain. Need to somehow dress that up a bit.
Toronto Batmen were awarded the best dressed team with their new white uniforms. As that one misses for ball 3. 3-2. That took happen during the opening ceremonies.
That seems like forever ago.
Leadoff walk to Cody Skelton. And a swing and a miss by Denny Benson.
Benson batting .400 in the tournament, 6 for 15. A real good hitter.
That one off the base of the wall. Skelton, he's going to scamper around into third. And Denny Benson with a double.
Number 2, Derek High.
Toronto Batman coming back with that same plan of attack that they used back in that first inning with 2 back-to-back hits. Both of those runners coming in to score.
And called a strike. And that one comes across for a strike. Swing and a miss. High down on strikes for out number 1. Justin Krylicki now comes to the plate.
Center fielder number 13, Justin Krolicki.
Be great if your number 9 batter can add a couple RBIs to the run tally.
Down to third, throw it away down the right field line. Benson, he's going to get around into third standing. Skelton comes home, and an error on the throw by the third baseman, Travis Head.
Just a real bad throw there by Head. He took a quick look back to Cody Skelton, checked him, but Cody wasn't going anywhere. I don't know if he just didn't have proper grip on the ball or what, but throw a little wide at first base, allowing Justin Krolicki to scamper down to second now. Potential big inning here as we head back to the top of the order for the Batmen.
And, Joe, we're going to have a pitching change for the Grand Prairie Pirates. Zach Pierce will enter stage left. We'll take a quick break and come back with more on the ISC Network.
Fish and Chips is not only a great place to get some of the best seafood
22, Austin Brown.
in Canada, but is also one of the best fastball sponsors in the game. Voted Nova Scotia's best fish and chips by Eastlink TV, Murphy's is a family institution since 1996 and a proud fastball sponsor of many Canadian and ISC championship teams. Open 7 days a week. Come join us for our famous English-style fish and chips or any of our daily specials. Murphy's is located at 88 Esplanade in Truro, Nova Scotia. We thank Dave T. Anderson and Murphy's Fish and Chips for their commitment to fastball and the broadcast program.
So back with you here at Circle Tap. Zach Pierce on in relief. And, Joe, to say the least that Zach Pierce works fast would be an understatement.
I love the way that Pierce goes at him, and I imagine his infield does too. Good quick worker, throws the ball, gets back on that mound. Good quick release. Zach Pierce, 2-0 so far in the week. 4 walks and 29 strikeouts. Great young pitching protege here for the Grand Prairie Pirates.
And something you don't always see, Joe, when he starts, that ball hanging right down in front, then into the glove. Comes in with strike one. Back to the top of the order, as Joe said, with Travis Gibson. And bouncer up. Potskin gets it, but he throws it away. And over into home, just ahead of the throw, is Justin Krolicki. That bat left in an inopportune place.
Gee, that would have been a great play. I don't know whether you're going to give Potskin an error on that play, or do you think Travis Gibson would have ran out?
You have to give an error because for the runner to come in. But I think Gibson likely beats that out. Now the wild pitch. But I think you have to give...
Yeah, for Krolicki to cross the plate.
Yeah. So there's an error on the play, just not necessarily
on the bat
at first base.
And a wild pitcher pass ball drives Gibson now into scoring position.
And a little roller down to first. Travis Jones is just going to stop and tags him, does Lee Stuper.
Left fielder number 3, Shea Bryant.
Shea Bryant, the big RBI guy for the Batmen. See if he can add to his totals.
Shea Bryant swings and misses. Swing and a miss. And fouled off. full day of ball games here on the ISC network, Joe. 10 o'clock, 12 o'clock, 2, 4, and 7 here tonight.
Undefeated game going at 7 tonight.
Here comes Gibson as it ricochets off the one post and down the third baseline. Tough break for Keegan Arcan. Wild pitch brings in the run. 4 runs now here in the inning. And a 6-1 lead for the Toronto Batmen just in the top half of the second inning.
Great reply by the Batman after the Pirates split the score there back in that first inning. Batman coming back with 4 here. Batman getting into the Pirates bullpen. Oh,
great changeup. You could see Shea Bryant just buckle and swing and a miss. So we'll head to the home half of the second on the ISC network.
Radio 93.5 FM, operating from the 6 nations of the Grand River Territory, is dedicated to the promotion of Indigenous culture, positive initiatives, language, and music to our youth. We offer a unique blend of top 40, hip-hop, R&B programming, and Indigenous music. You can count on Jukasa Radio 93.5 FM to help your voice be heard. Our interactive call-in shows feature locally produced news, sports, health, current affairs, and social issues. Unique programming with an Indigenous perspective. Listen live at jukasaradio.ca or download the Jukasa Radio app free from your app store.
Welcome back inside the broadcast booth here in Circle Tap, Denmark, Wisconsin. Kyle Smith, Joe Todd here with you. And Joe, it's been a picture-perfect week. This is the first day where we've had any sort of real chance of rain. We've had some overcast days, but it's been perfect ball-playing weather. Cool, not overly humid. Well, I mean, barely any humidity, but we've had some hot days, but really the players have been treated to superb weather.
Well, great playing weather. A little cool for the fans, but the players love it at this temperature. We're maybe hitting a high of maybe mid 22 to 24 every day. And we as you talked about, we hit the really blessed with great weather. And they're talking about some weather coming in more around an hour from now. It might be a little bit harder. And probably it'll last about an hour and a half.
But no real accumulation.
No.
Just, 1 to 3 mils.
1 to 3 mil is just a piece.
What they say they
Yep.
were saying.
That's
More just a nuisance.
It's just a garden hose at home.
Just more a nuisance than anything. Three little bouncer, Gibson. Strong throw to first. Nice play by Jeff Lyons to come off the bag with the stretch.
So it's important for Maya to shut down the Grand Prairie Pirates here. Toronto Batman coming across that second inning with 4 runs. Amaya struggling back in that first inning. Gave up the 1 run, 3 hits. Only had the one, did have 2 strikeouts, but had a real long inning. He needs a good quick one here.
And called for a strike.
Our umpires for this morning's game, Keith Cook at first base from Little Canada, Minnesota, Glenn Brown from Oak Harbor, Washington at first base, and Steve Fitzsimmons from Ottawa, Ontario at third.
Falls in front of Krulicki as that little dying bird from Friedrich will get him a single.
Center fielder number 16, Braden Arcan.
Misses for a ball. That one put a charge in. Kralicki calls it off. He's come way over. He'll make the grab. He's coming into Shea Bryant's territory, but set himself up for a nice throw into second if it was needed.
Don't mind that at all. That center fielder is the leader out there. He's got great range. Let him take charge. Two down here so far. Maya's throwing maybe 8-10 pitches.
Called for a strike. Scott Nehigh in discussion with our home plate umpire about the strike zone. Bouncer out to right field. Picking it up is Denny Benson, and he'll fire it into second. So runners on the corner now. Nehigh with that single, and Ryan Friedrich over to third base.
Maya got a little too much of that plate for a good hitter like Scott Nehigh. Again, we talked about the fact that this is Amaya's first time to the ISC World Tournament. Is this also the first time for Derek Hyde? The men's level?
No.
No?
Would have played with Shakespeare last year.
Okay.
Swing and a miss by Corey Jones.
Corey Jones, one of the longtime fastball players from the Alberta area.
Lions. Tough play, but covering was Travis Jones. So 3-4 to end the inning. No runs get pushed across on those two hits, Joe. And they leave two runners on. 5 men left on base. So the Batmen are dodging some bullets. And we'll come back with the top half of the third. They're up 6-1 on the ISC network.
The annual Boys of Summer tournament is held every July at Circle Tap Bar and Grill in Denmark, Wisconsin. We host some of the top teams in the game at one of the best venues in softball. The atmosphere of old-time fast pitch with all of the amenities of a full-service bar and grill on the grounds can't be beat. Reduced rate hotels about 10 minutes from the park are available in Green Bay. To bring your team to the annual Boys of Summer tournament next July, contact Dean Kane at ct16@greenbaynet.com. Thanks to Circle Tap for their support of the broadcast program.
Back in the broadcast booth here on Friday morning from Denmark, Wisconsin. And Joe, when you look at how this bracket's breaking down, you look at the winner bracket first, you know, Holman Cubs, definitely a surprise, but the way that Huemi Wamata is throwing right now, I mean, there's no one better in the world.
Exactly. I was fortunate enough to make the trip over to Prague, and I was amazed at how well he had pitched over there, and he's just on a roll here for this whole summer. A great pitching performance last night, held his team in the game, gave them an opportunity to win, and they came through for him.
Well, it was the big bats of the Kitchener-Hallman Cubs this time that did the trick. Hale United comes back and ties it in the bottom of the 7th inning, in the top of the 7th, only to have turn around and Juan Zara with the leadoff walk-off home run in the bottom of the 7th inning after the pitching change, and they bring in Pablo Migliavaca, does Hill United, and it promptly gets deposited out in left field. So the Hallman Cubs, first appearance on a Friday here at the ISC World Tournament.
Yes, and I'm sure the Gremlins aren't calling them short by no means. That's going to be a great ball game tonight.
Misses top side for a ball. Now, when you look at the losers bracket, it's starting to fill in. The winner of this game will take on the Hill United Chiefs at 2 p.m. later on this afternoon. Then our next game coming up here is Circle Tap Dukes and Kegel Black Knights. That one may be one of the games of the day as Jeff Lyons draws a walk. Kegel coming off a 13-inning defeat or a win yesterday as they took out the San Antonio Titans 3-2. The winner of that takes on the Twins at 4 p.m. this afternoon, and then follow it out with the game we talked about, the winner bracket final, and the Hallman Cubs and New York Gremlins. And the way the Gremlins are playing to take on Huemul Mata, boy, those hitters against Huemul and the hitting lineup of the Cubs against Andrew Kirkpatrick, that one could be an instant classic.
Epic battle. That's going to be. I'm really looking forward to that game tonight.
You know, Blair and I were talking at breakfast, and I think you were actually there at that point too. Really not expecting many bad games today. Really, when you look at the lineup of teams still in the tournament, the fans and our fans watching at home are going to be treated to some great softball here today.
Great quality games, great quality opposition. The one thing I'm thinking about in that Kegel game next would those 13-inning games can be real bearing on your pitching staff and on your legs. And a tournament that lasts this many days.
Well, we'll take care of Lions 4-6. And a fielder's choice for Ty Sebastian.
DP number 33, Cody Skelton.
Definitely sometimes a war of attrition. And a quick turnaround after their game last night to here at high noon. Saw a couple of the Kegel guys in at breakfast, and they look maybe a little bit tired, but I'm sure we'll catch a little bit of a rest here this morning, do some hitting before coming to the park, and get ready for their game here this afternoon against Circle Tap.
I was talking to the home plate umpire in that game this morning in the lobby of the hotel. He was tired.
Called for a strike. 2-2 count. Cody lifts that up and down the line, foul out of play.
Batmen trying to add to their totals here. 6 runs on the board. Winds really haven't curtailed. If nothing, the little drizzle we had just kind of stopped.
Swing and a miss for Skelton. He's down on strikes.
Number 4, Denny Benson.
2 strikeouts here for Zach Pierce. That wind, though, picking up a little bit as you watch those treetops sway, and the flag starting to snap a little bit. Off and running on the pitch was Ty Sebastian. Like the call there, 0-2, sending the runner. And put out to right field. Sebastian looks, and he'll just stay up at second. So a single for Denny Benson. 2 for 2 day for Denny. And he continues impressive performance. Now 8 for 11 on his tournament, coming off Junior Canadians, where he was one of the top hitters for the Owen Sound Selects in Saskatoon. Off and running Swipes a bag, does Ty Sebastian. Just a straight steal.
Correction on my math, they're 8 for 17.
8 for 17.
Still not bad.
That's a good average.
Couldn't read my own sloppy handwriting.
We're not used to being on the air this early in the morning. .470 batting average, so that's a pretty good clip for.
Added 70 points overnight, or just this morning here. Came in with a 400.
And called strike to Derek Hyde, 2-2. Swing and a miss, little high drop from Pierce.
Hyde's really struggled the last couple of games. Had a great start. He was batting in the 6th hole, dropped down to 7th, and now dropped down to 8th. Back-to-back strikeouts here.
No runs, a hit, no errors, and 2 left. It's 6-1 for the Batman on the ISC network.
If a man runs for president, interviews for a high-level job, or needs a good table at a smart restaurant, chances are he'll be wearing a suit. Mr. Ned is your custom tailor in New York City. Located at 137 Fifth Avenue, we provide our clients with the highest quality custom suits at affordable pricing. Our range of fabrics is second to none and will fit the needs of any well-dressed professional. Whether it be everyday business attire or a special occasion, we have the ability to make you a man of distinction. Visit the store at 137 Fifth Avenue in New York or see us online at MrNedNYC.com. We thank Mr. Ned and Var Matosian for generously supporting the broadcast program. If a man runs for president.
Back with you here in Circle Tap John Miller Field at the bar. And Joe, by the luxury of having a production crew, we can show you that replay of Ty Sebastian stealing. Really, he took off running, a straight steal. You don't see them a lot from second to third early in the count.
Well,
nice slide, feet first, just ahead of that tag, as you see.
Well, I really like the steal sign when you have a real good batter like Denny Benson at the plate with 2 out. That gives you that flexibility of having Benson as your leadoff batter next inning.
No, absolutely, and it shows the aggressiveness of the Batmen. They scored in the first 2 innings, 2 and 4 runs in the first and second, respectively. So they are trying to put the pressure on the Grand Prairie Pirates as we get to the middle part of the ball game. So Keegan Arcan will come to the plate. I mentioned that production crew, and that, of course, is Hinckley Productions that have joined us here in Wisconsin. Glad to have them along, as makes our lives a whole lot easier. We just have to show up and talk.
We walk in and sit down.
Great group too. Nice to have them along, and you could tell the genuine excitement that they had coming into this week. Talking with everyone after they arrived, and they were really excited about just seeing the action and getting set up. Right back up the middle. And Arcan, 2 for 2 day for him with 2 singles.
Well, Grand Prairie done a great job with the bats this morning. They've had 5 hits, but they've also left 5 runners on base so far in the first 2 innings. You just can't do that. When the team is down, when your opposition has a 5-run lead, you got to take advantage of those scoring opportunities.
Well, here's a guy that's been taking advantage of his opportunities here as Nick Potskin comes to the plate. He's got 12 RBIs now for Grand Prairie. Added 1 more here this morning.
Maya really slowing the pace of the game down here.
And a swing and a miss by Potskin. Off-speed pitch. There's maybe one of the first changeups we've seen from Amaya.
Yeah, he's got to work that pitch in now. This is the second time through the order for the Grand Prairie Pirates, and got to see a different pitch. You just can't constantly blow it by him.
Inside for a ball. Looks like the rain may be coming down a little bit more consistently instead of just those odds and bits of spits of rain. That one misses for a ball. I said to you coming on the air, with this rain impending, they would pull the teams earlier than what you would normally let a team go on the diamond if rain is coming. Gives the grounds crew some time to get the tarp on and hopefully eliminating some extra downtime.
Well, with the great technology in our radar systems, we can pretty well detect when that rain's going to be hitting off those radar maps.
Sebastian, he's going to go the short way to second to get our can. So fielder's choice for Potskin.
Third baseman number 2, Travis Head.
And Travis Head now will come to the plate. He walked back in the first inning. Top that one. 6-4-3. Call it 2. A double play to end the inning sends us to the top of the fourth. It's 6-1 for the Batmen on the ISC network.
After 3, the Batmen lead the Pirates 6-1. 6-1 Batmen lead.
Micro Sports provides the essentials needed to give your team an edge on the field. Our brand is rooted in creating a unique experience tailored to the specific needs of your team to ensure your performance is at the best level to execute plays. At Peligro Sports, we rally behind our athletes and understand their fight to take their game to a dangerous level. Visit our store at 2200 Amsterdam Avenue in New York City or see us online at peligrosportsnyc.com. Thanks to Jose and Peligro Sports for their support of the broadcast program. Peligro.
Thank you to Jose and Peligro Sports. As we move into the top half of the fourth, Joe, your thoughts on the first 3 innings thus far?
Well, I think the fact that Grand Prairie leaving those 5 guys on base in those first 2 innings, Toronto Batman are able to pot those 6 runs and let them cross the plate. Grand Prairie unable to measure up to that run total that the Batman had accumulated. Just can't leave runners on base in crucial situations like this. You only get so many opportunities in a game to score. You have to take advantage of those situations when they arise.
Both teams have been kind of late scoring teams here this week. So if you're the Pirates, that's a good sign. Still plenty of time in the ballgame as we're just only in the top half of the fourth inning. For the Batmen, talking to some of the guys yesterday, and I know Scott Perry, he was hoping they'd get started earlier rather than later. And a swing and a miss by Justin Kralicki. Four strikeouts now for Zach Pierce.
That goes out the order now for Toronto. The shortstop, number 45, 4, Travis Gibson.
Opener misses, and Pierce, little shake of the head as the wind continues to blow. swing and a miss by Gibson. Good swing there by Travis. And a swing and a miss on the rise ball. So back-to-back strikeouts here as Pierce getting settled in.
Second baseman number 11, Travis Jones.
Down and away for ball one. Fouled off.
One thing you notice about Zach Pierce is that you don't see a lot of rise balls. He throws a lot of balls, a lot of drop balls, and a lot of pitches around the waist or below. Always likes to keep the ball in that downward position with the batter, hoping that should the batter tie up with it, then it's going to just stay in the infield.
That one's in the dirt on the drop and through the legs of Keegan Arcan for strike two with the swing and miss. And a swing and a miss. Down he goes. So a trio of strikeouts will end the inning. 6 now for Zach Pierce. We'll come back with the bottom half of the fourth on the ISC network.
For all your team uniform and equipment needs, fastball, slow pitch, and hockey, for players and teams, make sure you visit Corbett's Source for Sports on the South Service Road in Oakville, Ontario. There's a lot of deals to be had on all kinds of equipment. Thank you to Paul Hurd and Corbett's Source for Sports for their generous sponsorship of the broadcast program. For all your team...
Back away we go here in the bottom of the fourth inning. A little slow coming out are the Toronto Batmen after a quick inning for Zach Pierce. Neat and tidy up and down with 3 strikeouts, Joe.
Yeah, our first, we had the bottom of the third and the top of the fourth were both good quick innings. We'll see if they can continue on with that torrid pace.
Coming up on an hour, actually we're just a shade over an hour of game time.
The people that arrived early and sitting up on the deck with the roof cover are very pleased that they
got here in time. Don't have to give up their seats.
A little rain and wind cover.
Number 9, Rich Haldane.
There those lucky folks are. And called a strike. Misses for a ball. We're going to have to send somebody out with a squeegee for our windows so we can see.
You better order a set of intermittent wiper blades.
Should probably shut the door beside me, too, so the rain doesn't come in.
Full count now to Haldane. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Maya caught him the last time on an outside pitch. Caught Haldane looking, so we'll see if they stay with that same pitch. Haldane swings a mean bat, so Amaya does not want to make a mistake. Got him on that rise ball there. High and outside the strike zone, way up, higher than the eye line.
First baseman number 8, Lee Stupar.
Just the third strikeout for Amaya, Joe, that I have on my card.
And that's correct.
Stupar had a ground out back in the second inning. He'll pop that out left center. Justin Kurlicki going to have to get to the fence and pick that up. And Lee will scamper into second with a double.
Second baseman number 3, Ryan Friedrich.
Ball starting to come in wet from the outfield as they exchange that with Luis Amaya. Called for a strike.
Good pitch location there by Amaya. Just leaving it low. You're not going to get hurt down there.
That one misses for a ball. 2-1. Well, they're calling for a little bit more rain than just 3 mils, Joe, now. It's 5.5 mils at noon hour.
Yeah, the weatherman's been wrong before. We're in game number 63 here on Friday morning. Our championship game will be scheduled is game number 70, so the radar map not looking pretty right now.
I don't think the weatherman's going to be wrong on this one, Joe.
Be a nice Kelly Green offset there.
Although that's the only thing on the map. So once we get through that, that sure looks a lot better. Is that rise ball swing and a miss by the batter, Friedrich.
Amaya really working that gorilla goal with a little bit of moisture and dampness out there.
Sebastian up with it on to first in time. 2 down in the inning. And with that grounder to third, unable to move up was Stupar. And top of the shop now, Braden Arcand will come to the plate. 1 for 2 today with a ground out and a fly out. Misses for ball 1.
Braden Arcand.
Game has really slowed down. Meyer being more deliberate out in that mound.
Inside misses. 2-0 count here to the top of the order. Runner in scoring position. You'd like to see a run get pushed across if you're the Pirates. That one to Gibson. He's on to, well, they got him in a rundown out at second. Back and forth they go, and now a tag by Travis Jones, who had come across from second base. Will end the inning. And send us to the top half of the fifth. Coming up on the ISC Network.
To an ISC event? Then stop waiting. Check out our website or social media pages and come be a part of the experience.
Back away we go here to the top half of the fifth inning. Blair Setford has joined us in the broadcast booth. And he's just brought a bunch of cheer and good news with him. Actually, Blair said coming in that it's not really raining hard. It's just more a nuisance rain. And that it kind of goes hand in hand with what we said, Joe. They had picked up a ball coming in from the outfield and exchanged it right away. So definitely the ball will be wet coming in. So you get some runners on, maybe take advantage of that. Something to think about for the base runners as first pitch gets fouled off.
Going to be interesting, the circle tap coming on board for our next game. What kind of crowd turnout we get for our host team, even though it's inclement weather. Sure, they'll still be here to support their local boys.
That one gets lifted up on the left side out of play. Even over the noon hour. Come for some lunch. Stick around for a ball game. The umpire getting Keegan Arcan to rub down the balls that were sitting in the basket here. That high hopper. Potskin's got it. On to first. Got him at first. Shea Bryant bends over in disbelief. Would be good to see that one again here at some point.
First baseman number 24, Jeff Lyons.
Great arm there by Potskin after he picked up that deep ball in the shortstop. Didn't really have a chance to charge the ball. He had to sit back on his heels and wait for it because it took such a high bounce.
That one misses down and away. And strike called. Lions a walk and a single today. Turns away from that one to stay at the plate.
Larson again just trying to keep that ball low. Let the Batman hit it in the infield, keep it in the infield.
And ball four. So Lyons draws his second walk. Ty Sebastian now will come to the plate.
Sebastian with a big, hearty swing there. Ball up in his eyes, though. Needs a little more plate discipline to pull that down. Thank you.
So here comes the replay. Looks like foot down before the ball, but actually when you rewind it, and there it is, we'll get that one again. Looked like he's threw the bag on that one. I thought maybe at first glance that his foot come down before the bag, but by virtue of our slow motion and the replay that we can show you, it says otherwise. Ty Sebastian in the fielder's choice, ground out 6-4. 2 down in the inning, and now Cody Skelton at the plate. And called a strike.
Strong Batman would.
Little flip to second.
Hey fans, I got big news. My favorite word in the Wisconsin dictionary, booyah, is now available.
So a fielder's choice for Skelton ends the inning. We'll come back with the bottom of the fifth, 6-1 in favor of the Batmen.
Swung on and missed. Strike 3, and the Kitchener River Shark Twins repeat. Back to back Jets. It's the local kid who wins it.
Swing and a miss. Jarvis. 3-peats.
Adam Falkard, absolutely perfect. Here comes a throw to the plate. He hits it. He hits it. At the tag. But the Hampton United Kings are the world champions.
2015 ISC Men's World Champions.
Shane Bowen has hit the game-winning home run, and the Toronto Gators are world champions.
Fittingly, it's Adam on to first, and the United Chiefs back to the top of the mountain.
Those are the sights of ISC Canada East teams getting victories in the championship game. Who will get that opportunity to jump in someone's arm on Saturday night? We'll have to wait and see. Lots of ball yet to be played before that. We've got some great ball games scheduled here today. Our next game is the Circle Tap Dukes taking on the Kegel Black Knights. Winner of our game now will take on the Chiefs later today. Twins will play the winner of our next one. And then we'll finish the broadcast day with our winner bracket final. The Hallman Cubs taking on the New York Gremlins.
A great day of ball. Stay tuned all day. If you're at work, just turn down the volume a little bit.
Definitely. Fouled off. Still windy, though. Sure. Might needs a squeegee.
It's important for Maya to keep those bases clean, especially against this top part of the order, Arcan, Nehigh, Jones, and Arcandigan, and Potskin. But those top boys are the run producers for this Grand Prairie Pirate team.
That one misses for a ball. He trips over the fire hose, almost trips coming up the steps. Gibson down on one knee. He'll grab that and on to first in time.
Left fielder number 10, Corey Jones.
6'3" on knee high. And a little roller on to Jones at second. 4-3. Keeping the ball down is Luis Amaya. Careful going down.
Number 27, Keegan.
And watch that fire hose. Luis Amaya comes in for a strike. Little nubber. Lions, he'll tag Arcand as he's going around. 3 unassisted, an up and down inning sends us to the top half of the 6th inning on the ISC network.
Just a reminder, fans, your hometown.
Whatever your delivery requirements are across North America, Skelton Truck Lines provides you with reliable, safe, and high-quality service at a fair price. Skelton Truck Lines equipment is satellite tracked and delivers small parcel, less than truckload, and expedited shipments throughout Canada and the U.S. With over 50 years of experience and more than 50 trucks serving 4 divisions, Skelton Truck Lines is a thriving Ontario business and a proud fastball sponsor. Visit us online at skeltontruck.com. Thanks to Mike Skelton for supporting the broadcast program. Whatever your delivery requires.
As we lead off the top of the 6th inning here, Toronto Batmen got a huge lead, 5-run lead against the Grand Prairie Pirates, 6-1. Some changes potentially being discussed. Scott Perry dealing with home plate umpire Keith Cook. Looks like we'll have a new pinch hitter for Derek Hyde, the number 2 batter this inning. Danny Benson still will be our...
Yo! Change! Second batter, 2 out, 18 in.
18 being Adam Long will come in to pinch hit for Derek Hyde. That'll be our number 2 batter. Danny Benson now at the plate for the Batmen.
Danny Benson.
Batmen have not scored since that 2nd inning. Picked up 2 runs back in the 1st and 4 in the 2nd. Zach Pearson done a great job containing the Batman. Benson, a real good stick at that bottom part of the order for the Batman. Big cut and a swing. Benson would love to get back at that pitch again. Benson hitting the ball, line drive down to first base. Lee Stuper, unassisted play at first base for the first out of the inning. Adam Long now batting for Derek Hyde. Hyde with
Number
back-to-back
18,
strikeouts.
Adam Long.
Strikeouts back in the second and third inning. Long got caught looking, big long swing there. 1-1 count now for Adam Long. Zach. Over to first base for the second out of the inning. Justin Krolicki now the batter with 2 out. Good quick inning for Zach Pierce here.
Number 13, Justin Krolicki.
Zach Pierce's drop ball is really working great this afternoon. And we talked about that earlier in the game. A lot of his pitches are in that downward position in our batter's box. Great big strikeout there by Pierce to finish off the Batman here in the top of the 6th inning. We'll be right back with the bottom of the 6th inning. The Batman leading by a score of 6-1 over the Grand Prairie Pirates.
Murphy's Fish and Chips is not only a great place to get some of the best seafood in Canada, but is also one of the best fastball sponsors in the game. Voted Nova Scotia's best fish and chips by Eastlink TV, Murphy's is a family institution since 1996 and a proud fastball sponsor of many Canadian and ISC championship teams. Open 7 days a week. Come join us for our famous English-style fish and chips or any of our daily specials. Murphy's is located at 88 Esplanade in Truro, Nova Scotia. We thank Dave T. Anderson and Murphy's Fish and Chips for their commitment to fastball and the broadcast program.
Back here into the bottom of the 6th inning, Kyle Smith, Joe Todd here with you from Denmark, Wisconsin. I think we're going to have to put those windows back in. The rain's coming back, Joe.
Yes.
Got them out, cleaned them. Now we got to put them back in.
Derek Hyde has re-entered the game back in his catching position.
Leading off for the Pirates. Shortstop. Number 5.
Nick Potskin will be the leadoff batter for the Grand Prairie Pirates. Nick batting out that 5-hole this morning. Been on base twice, but had a single and an RBI back in the first and part of a fielder's choice back in the 3rd inning. Maya's done a lot better job since that 2nd inning as well. 3 innings in a row where it's 3 up, 3 down. Both of these pitchers really struggled back in the early parts of the game. Sometimes morning games just don't work out for some people. Tough to get that body going. Ball headed right up the middle. Potskin, great play by Travis Jones to go get that ball. Great range going to his right, firing a bullet over to first base to Jeff Lyons for the first out of the bottom of the 6th inning.
Third baseman number 2.
Travis Head will come to the plate. Head 0 for 1 day, has a walk to his credit. And down to third. Sebastian neat and tidy on to first. 5-3. Both pitchers, Joe, really settling in here and making quick work of some of these hitters.
Done a great job. speeding that pace of the game up. Amaya got into a little bit of rut back in that third inning where he started taking his time. Maybe that was when that ball was getting a little more moisture on it because of the rain.
23 for 9.
So pinch hitter here for Richie Haldane
That brings up number 23.
will bring
Friedrich.
Mike Friedrich, who will come to the plate. Misses for the opener. Again, another big boy at the plate. Grand Prairie going to be the host team at the Senior Men's Canadians later on this month. A lot of these players, the Canadian players, will make their way up to Grand Prairie. And a swing and a miss. Coming after the hard stuff is Amaya. 1-2 the count.
Friedrich was way behind in that swing.
Swing and a miss. Down on strikes goes Friedrich. Will end the inning. Up and down they go to the top half of the seventh. We go. It's 6-1 for the Batmen on the ISC network.
Jukasa Radio 93.5 FM, operating from the 6 nations of the Grand River Territory, is dedicated to the promotion of Indigenous culture, positive initiatives, language, and music to our youth. We offer a unique blend of top 40, hip-hop, R&B programming, and Indigenous music. You can count on Jukasa Radio 93.5 FM to help your voice be heard. Our interactive call-in shows feature locally produced news, sports, health, current affairs, and social issues. Unique programming with an Indigenous perspective. Listen live at jukasaradio.ca or download the Jukasa Radio app free from your app store.
Thanks to our great sponsors here that help us bring these games to life. Kyle Smith, Joe Todd from the ISC Network, Claire Setford in and around the ball yard and inside the booth here. Joining forces with Hinckley Productions here this week at Circle Tap. We're at the top of the shop, as you see, for the Toronto Batmen. Travis Gibson, Travis Jones, and Shea Bryant will be due up. They've done a good part of the damage.
Shortstop number 44, Travis Gibson.
And the bottom 6, 7, 8, 9 hitters have done a piece as well. Gibson swings and misses on the opener. And ball outside. Pierce sure travels a lot out on the mound, Joe, as that one gets lifted up out on the edge of the grass. Bobbled it. That's going to be a fair ball, and Kurlicki finds his way on first on the air. Excuse me, that's Travis Gibson. Just got it in the palm of the glove.
Yeah, you just wonder how much, if the rain played any role in that or not.
Travis Jones now back to the mound. He'll go to first, does Pierce Shortway. 1-3, 1 down.
Ball hit by Travis Jones, right back to Pierce. Had a quick look at second. I think Nick Potskin would have been there. He was a couple of steps away, but Potskin, the great athlete, I think he would have made the play. But Pierce decided to take the easy out at first base.
And lifted up foul.
Pierce working off to Shea Bryant. Got to be very careful with that runner in scoring position. Gibson at second base.
And Bryant sends that one out to center. Back in the pedal. That's going to go off the wall. Skip away and ricochet out to the grass. And Bryant going to get up to third. Gibson in to score.
The ball must be carrying out there because Braden Arcand kind of was only about 4 feet off the warning track out there, but the ball kept going and going. Possibility Braden Arcand might have pulled that in if he went to the fence and then came forward, but I'm thinking the ball and the little bit of breeze that we're getting playing a few tricks on Braden Arcand out there. That bringing in the 7th run for the Toronto Batman, and Shea Bryant sitting at third base.
In the dirt for a ball. That one goes off the leg and ankle of Zach Pierce. Jeff Lyons, a hard hit single. Makes this an 8-1 ball game.
Home plate umpire Keith Cook coming out to make sure that the ball that Lyons put into play did not create any type of serious injury to Zach Pierce.
Gonna have a pinch runner here. Austin Brown comes off the bench for Lions. Jeff has a history of some leg and knee injuries, so
22 for 24.
Get him a runner.
Third baseman number 20, Ty Sebastian.
And now Ty Sebastian will come to the plate. One down in the inning here. And fouled off. ISC superfan Tim Azaris has got a bowl of booyah down there, Joe.
Yep. We'll have to get his critique on that.
I had a bowl the other night. It was delicious. Sebastian lifts that up. It's going to tail and hook. Work its way back around to knee high. He'll make the grab for out number 2.
DP number 33, Cody Skelton.
So Cody Skelton now will come to the plate.
Austin Brown now at first base for the Batman. Batman picking up a couple extra runs here in the top of 7th inning. Now leading by a score of 8-1.
And called a strike. Cody looks back in a little disbelief.
.42-foot drop ball there by Zach Pierce.
And a strike called. Count runs full at 3-2. Misses for ball 4.
Right fielder number 4, Denny Benson.
Denny Benson will come to the plate. Benson, 2 for 3 day. Runs scored, a double, single, and a ground out.
Benson, a pure pull hitter with 2 out. Ryan Friedrich playing very deep at second base, giving himself all the advantage of getting a pure out on that side of the infield.
That one skips away, swing and a miss. Benson in no hurry. He'll just make his way back to the bench, and we'll end the inning on the strikeout 2-3. Let's go to the bottom of the 7th. The Pirates got some work to do. They've done it all week long. Can they do it one more time? Come back and find out with us on the ISC Network.
The annual Boys of Summer tournament is held every July at Circle Tap Bar and Grill in Denmark, Wisconsin. We host some of the top teams in the game and one of the best venues in softball. The atmosphere of old-time fast pitch with all of the amenities of a full-service bar and grill on the grounds can't be beat. Reduced rate hotels about 10 minutes from the park are available in Green Bay. To bring your team to the annual Boys of Summer tournament next July, contact Dean Kane at ct16@greenbaynet.com. Thanks to Circle Tap for their support of the broadcast program.
So welcome back inside the booth here with Joe, Kyle, and Blair as we get ready for the bottom of the 7th inning. And some people may be joining us late. Joe, I had talked about what a bowl of booyah was. Basically, they throw whatever they want into a pot, let it cook, stir it with an oar, and it comes out. If you want to see what it looks like when it's cooking, go to the 2019 ISC World Tournament page on Facebook. There's a picture of Darren Derricks adding the secret ingredient, a good Miller Lite.
Oh.
And they're stirring it in what I'm going to call a pot. Somebody might call a culvert pipe. but it is delicious. So it's all like vegetables and potatoes and they say chicken, chunky bits of chicken, and it's basically just a hearty vegetable soup, and it was delicious the other day. Now they say depending on who's making it, it can be kind of like a consistency of a soup, or
like a stew,
It just depends on who's making it. It looks like what Tim's Heaven for Booyah down here. It looks more like a soup. And yeah, that's what booyah is. But you got to say it with enthusiasm.
Yeah, booyah,
booyah,
booyah.
So it looks like we've got a.
Going to second base. Number 11 is going to left field.
So Travis Jones is going to left. Shea Bryant is going to head down and take a sit down. Scott Wilkin at second. So Wilkin comes in for Shea Bryant. Because on the re-entry, Jeff Lyons comes back in.
Maya's done a great job on the mound for the Toronto Batmen this afternoon. Had a rocky start, but quieted this Grand Prairie team down. Lee
Go ahead.
Lee Stooper going down on strikes. Got looking at a pitch thereby and called out by Keith Cook.
Second baseman number 3, Ryan Friedrich.
So Ryan Friedrich now will come to the plate. And comes across for a strike. There they are cooking booyah, Joe.
Holy mackerel, that's a big pot.
That's a lot of booyah. Swing and a miss. Down on strikes goes Friedrich for for strikeout number 2 of the inning.
Number 16, Bladen Arcan.
I have 6, Joe.
Yes, that's correct.
For Luis Amaya.
The last 3 innings have been 3 up and 3 down. Done a great job. Braden Arcan now the batter for Grand Prairie, the leadoff batter in this morning's game. Braden Arcan 1 for 3 so far with that leadoff single back in the first inning and came across the plate to score the first run for the Grand Prairie Pirates. The one and only run.
And a catch out in right field by Denny Benson. So that'll do it, Joe. Make the final an 8-1 contest as Luis Amaya throws a good one. Really, early in the game, got in a little bit of trouble. I think really that big chance was in the first and second. Obviously the first with the bases loaded, and then in the second inning when they left 2 on. After that, it was kind of up and down they went. Only faced 1 over the minute after that. So a good win for the Toronto Batmen. Your thoughts?
Yeah, I think those couple of key errors that the Grand Prairie Pirates made in the second inning really added to that 4-run total. That kind of buried the Grand Prairie Pirates into a hole that they really could not recover.
Looks as though Blair Setford has grabbed Travis Jones for a quick interview, but a nice win for the Toronto Batmen. We'll send it down field level, and Blair Setford.
And Travis, big home run in the first inning got you guys out to a good start. How important was that for this Batman team this morning?
Oh, very important. The other team, we were watching them early in the week, and they scored a lot of runs on some good pitchers. So as soon as we got up on a good start, we know that we just had to hold them down. And our pitcher, Luis, did a great job of doing that.
You talk about the job that Luis Amaya has done here this week, coming in as a stranger to a new team, and he's picked up 3 big wins for you now.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Great teammate. We didn't know we had him until there on Wednesday. I think we gave him the call, and he came, and he drove 20 hours to be here. So great team guy, and you've seen what he's done this week.
All right, Batman on a roll. Stay with it. Good luck here this afternoon.
Thank you, sir.
Back to the booth.
Thanks, Blair. And, Joe, your final thoughts on this one. I think really just a telltale sign of Grand Prairie Pirates got really just right off the skip. The 6 runs that they put up for the Batmen, just the tell of the tape.
Exactly, and Luis Amaya finally threw a real good ending of the game. Had really struggled in the very start, allowing that 1 run to score and giving up 5 hits. Grand Prairie had a shot at that game. They left 5 runners on base in those first 2 innings. Unable to cross the plate, coming back to haunt them.
Well, that'll do us for us here on this one. We will come back with the Circle Tap Dukes taking on
Fargo.
The Kegel Black Knights on the ISC Network.